Welcome back, guys, to another episode of VIP, and today we are actually going to put a new coil in the Pulse 22 DF, and it's actually going to be the same coil, but instead of being a 5 wrap, it's going to be a 4 wrap, which is going to bring the resistance down, which will make it a little bit better on a mech mod. As you can tell, it's fully mechanical. See if we can get the lighting to want to work. It's kind of weird. I had the lighting working just fine a second ago. Let's go ahead and try to brighten it up some. Let's see if that helps. Not very much, but a little bit. But yeah, that's what we're going to be doing today. And we're going to be using some Canthal. It is 26A1 Canthal as the core, Clapton with 32A1 Canthal, and don't have very much left, as you can tell. That's why I've been trying to use this stuff mainly in my single, because I am doing a parallel build. And what that means is I am taking one piece of wire, folding in half, and then wrapping my coils. It's going to raise the resistance even more of the wire, which is also what we're looking for. At 5 wraps around a 2.5 millimeter bit, we are this coil is running 0.36, 0.37 ohms on the Pulse 80 watt box, which we have over here, but we have the dead rabbit sitting on. Both of these need to be fixed. I'm trying to find the Allen key to fix the box. That way it will actually work with the mod, and we finally got the pin, or the 510 pin and everything, readjusted in this one, so it's firing really good. We don't have any arcing, but as you can tell, that coil takes a minute to actually ramp up. Hence the reason why we're changing the coil in it. And I am actually vaping on some straw nainers, is what we got the bottle in this filled up with. And we actually swapped the bottle between the Pulse, just because this one's all closed up and everything. If it leaks a little bit, not a big deal, because when you change the bottle, it leaks a little bit anyways. So I put the better bottle in my mech mod, so I won't have any leaking in there with the positive connection. Alright, so we got our Canthal, we got our coil jig with the 2.5 millimeter bit, and we got our clippers. So let's go ahead and find our opening, which is right here. And we're just going to pull one full wrap out. And here comes my son, because he hears me recording, so he's bringing me his frisbee. What's up, Bubba? Yeah, just noticed that was recording. Yeah, alright, drop it. He is actually coming very well in his training. But, yeah. So, you can tell we have one piece of Canthal here for Clapton, and we're going to just fold it in half, take the two ends, put them together as close as you can get it without making sure it twists or anything, and then just go down it just like so, and then pinch the end. And you'll notice when you let go of it, it will overlap itself. Don't worry, just like that, comes into a cross. Just work with it a little bit. It doesn't need to be perfect. Or if you've done this a lot, and just hold it down a minute and get it started in the jig, and it will wrap nice and perfectly and not be springy, just like what I'm going to do. So you see the little credit card slot right here on the side. Stick your Clapton wire in it like so. And then you just fold a little bit over the edge, is what I like to do. I did a little much, but whatever. not a big deal. We're gonna have a lot of access. Put back in there, and then just pull it out about halfway, and then start your wrap. So 1, 2, 3, and 4. There we go. 4 wraps right there. And then I like to pull it out, pull that lead nice and straight down, tighten them up just a little bit, and then you can either push them back together with your thumb, or what I like to do, sorry if I'm sweating, it's actually pretty toasty out here in Texas right now. And of course, I bumped the camera. So what I like to do is take the 2.5 millimeter cap and push it down, or whatever cap size that you are using, coil diameter, 3 millimeter, 3.5, you know, whatever. And then I like to get them nice and tight, straighten them up, make sure they look good, because you can also tighten them up and make them look better in the RDA. Alright, so this is what your coil should look like. That is a pretty good coil in just a couple of minutes. Now, leave some access. What I like to do is just roll my thumb over a little bit and leave myself about that much access. Maybe a little bit more. I'm going to be generous this time with it, just so I can make sure that I can reach those airflow holes. And that's what it should look like when it's all done. Alright, now that is one pretty good coil. If it starts loosening up a little bit, just put it back on the jig and just tighten it up. Alright, that looks pretty good to me. Alright, now we are ready to install it in our Pulse 22. Alright, finally got it turned around, finally got a good angle, and looking pretty good. And this is still the same coil, or the old coil that we had in it. As you can tell, there's 5 wraps here, so let's go ahead and take it out. And yes, I am being careful, I am not hitting my button. I have built on my Steam Rabbit quite a few times. This is not something for the newbie. This is something that you always need to be careful about. You never build on an unregulated mod. I have done this a few times, and like I said, I am being more than careful. But sometimes that is still not even enough. So here's our new coil, our 4 wrap, and let's go ahead and take it off of that. Let's go ahead and pull you guys out here just a little bit. Of course, now the sun is moving, and I'm thinking that looks about good right there. Let's go ahead and start tightening some of these screws up. It's definitely different through the viewfinder and not the viewfinder, because I have it kind of zoomed in, trying to go for a good micro shot here. Trying to work with my new elements out here as best as I can. Alright, that's looking pretty good if I do say so. Now, see these little notches right here? These little notches? That's where you want to line your coils up with, because that's where your airflow is going to line up. So what I like to do is just, you need to give it a good twist and make sure that bar is right in the center. Sometimes you need to fiddle with it, and see, even then I just about almost hit my button. So you need to be This is just better to do off the mod. I've just done it so much. It's always a different way to build. And even then, you can still make one screw up. So I was just building off the mod. And yeah, that looks pretty good in my book. Let's go ahead and grab our ceramic tweezers here. We're going to give it a nice good stroke. And let's go ahead and pulse it. You always want to do after a couple of them. I like to make sure I'm not having any sparking inside my box because it is a mech. I'm already telling you, they're glowing really good. We got no sparks. We have a very good build going here. Just a couple of, not even that, just it's ramping up really good. So far, very satisfied with this build. Look at that. Just glowing perfect and even. Didn't really have to fiddle with it. This A1 Canthal Clapton is actually a very good Clapton. I have some 26 gauge A1 Canthal, so I'm going to actually get some 32 gauge A1 Canthal, and I'm going to make my own Claptons. I'm going to make some dual Claptons out of this, dual core. But look at that build, just ramps up very quick. I'm very satisfied with that. Now we need to take our O-ring, or not our O-ring, but our air cap. Got our air cap on there. Make sure everything is going to line. Hold on, let's get this off camera and do this. These O-rings are just ridiculous. Alright, and even then you could tell that it's very close to that one side. That's why you always want to do this before there's cotton. Just in the center. And that's how you're going to get your perfect flavor. You can tell right down in there, it's hitting the bottom of the coil, it's hitting the middle of the coil, and it's going to hit a little bit at the top. That is going to be a very tasty vape. And let's go ahead and hit our button. And those are some beautiful coils. Alright, now we just need to let it cool down and we can wick this bad boy up. Alright, now we're ready to do some wicking. And I think that should be about enough cotton. Let's go ahead and zoom you guys out here. So I'm actually going to pull this outside layer off because we just tore it off the pad yesterday. And then catch it, throw it in an ashtray. And yes, I already mentioned that in another video. We are quitting again smoking the stinky sticks, icky sticks, whatever you want to call them. Just gonna give this a good little twist up here, not too much. I don't want it to end up ripping, because this is all the fluffy stuff. And then just shove it right through that coil. Let's go ahead and zoom you guys back in here. I know the lighting is not really the best. Let's go ahead and bring the lighting up just a little bit for you guys here. There we go. Now you can see the coil just a little bit better there. It's actually a very good Instagram shot right there. And apparently I don't have to go chase that piece of cotton. There we go. This is running on mix, so I want a little bit extra popping and gurgling. Just that's the way I like to vape it. Okay, now I'm gonna go ahead and clip off some access here. Oh, apparently pull it through the coil a little bit. It is a little loose, but that is okay. I'm not really worried about it. And just go ahead and chop some off there. And give it a good old fluffy. Flies are crazy here. What I like to do is just hold the end a little bit. Give it a nice good fluff so it wicks really good. There we go. And then fluff it up in the center just a little bit. That looks a little bit better. Pull them even. That looks about right. Alright, now we're ready to tuck. Just fold it over and tuck it in the wheel. There's already a little bit of juice in there, so it might start wicking. It's okay. And then fluff up the end a little bit from cutting, and then just shove it in the wheel. And then I like to tuck it back just to make sure the juice can go in and out. I don't think you're really going to see that in this lighting, but if you're working along with me, you will understand. Alright, now we're ready to put our cap back on. Well, actually now we can throw our bottle in. Just tell I have paper or toilet paper shoved up there, just so it doesn't leak all over my box. I'm very OCD when it comes to mess, and I just squonked all over my freaking hand. Well, that was a mess. Some of the joys about working on camera. Alright, cleaned it up, got the bottle in, and we got the safety clip off. Close the door up, and now we can go ahead and kind of turn the brightness down just a little bit maybe. Alright, give you guys a good squonk. I'm loving hearing the nature in the videos, so we've been doing a lot of outside videos. Tail's almost all the way wicked up into the coil. Couple little spots. Alright, now we can go ahead and put our cap on. Line up with the airflow, and these O-rings are a pain in the butt. There we go. Now we got it on there. See the coil in there. Nice and gorgeous. And we're about ready to vape it. Give it one last good squonk. All the way up to the airflow. Nice, make sure it's all probably going to be gurgly as hell. I over squonk the hell out of that. Alright, well, let's get back to top view and let's vape this thing. Alright guys, so we're back close top here. Got some good scenery in the background, and let's go ahead and take a couple rips. Oh, it's a lot more rowdy. That coil is rowdy. You can feel the spit back on the tip. I'm not getting any in my mouth though, but you can definitely tell I over squonked a little bit. And I actually have no idea what the resistance is on this coil, believe it or not. I think this should be probably running in medium 0.2025 area. I don't think it'll be really lower than 0.20. Oh, that's rowdy. You're giving off good flavor too. Yeah, straw nanners is coming through really well. Got it over here in the glass stripper. After re-angling the 510 and everything, this thing is hitting hard. Let's go ahead and check and see what this resistance is really quick. Let's go ahead and pop out this battery, and we're going to throw it into the Pulse 80 watt just to read the resistance on this. Let's go ahead and take this dead rabbit off of it. Take the Pulse 22 and let's go ahead and slap it on there. new coil. Wow, it's actually coming out to a 0.30 actually. Really surprised. Last time I built this, it was actually like a 2.5, but it's solid. It's not jumping around anywhere, and it's pretty rowdy. So yeah, that's what we're running. Apparently we're running a 3.0, and it's actually just fine for me. It's hitting really hard. I am actually really enjoying that vape on this. Now let's go ahead and take the battery and put it back in it, because I forgot to bring another battery out here. And the battery we are using is a Samsung 25R. Is the battery we are running in our device today. The LG G2s are actually dead, but yeah, got it good, and we're still doing good on juice. We're not getting any more of the spit back, and you could tell that thing is actually pretty rowdy. I'm actually digging it. 2.5 probably would have been a little bit better, but with I might be in actually risking a lot of spit back, but this build will actually be perfect in like the Dead Rabbit or something. You'll be dropping at about 0.15. Since this one's coming out of a solid 0.30, make that a dual, divide it by 2, and you get 0.15. So yeah. Ooh, that hits hard. I like that. But yeah, so that is our build for the Pulse 20 watt, or the Pulse 22, not 20 watt. Wow, what am I thinking? It's Pulse 22 BF, and as you can tell, we have it sitting up there nice and flush. And of course, you're not going to see that because the front facing camera on this thing sucks. But yeah, not bad at all. And the next video, we are actually going to be showing you the proper way to adjust this 510 pin up in here inside the Steam Rabbit, right in here, because when you switch your addies and everything, you're going to have to readjust them for the box. I like that though, that hits really good. Go ahead and give it a little squonk so we don't dry it out. I like that. Alright guys, that is our video for today. I hope you guys enjoyed. Don't forget to leave a like and a comment on the video. Don't forget to subscribe and hit that notification bell. That way you'll get a notification when we post our videos and whatnot. And yeah, that's it for the video. I'll catch you guys on the next one.